Well, if you're a gun owner in Upson, Crawford, Peach, or Lamar County, you have a choice to make in the upcoming May 21st Republican Party primary. Josh Lewis versus Robert Dickey. Who is the pro-gun champion? Stay tuned, guys. We're breaking this race down for you right now. Hey guys, Aaron Dorr here with Georgia Gun Owners. The May 21st primary is coming very fast. In fact, early voting is already underway. And a lot of GGO members and other gun voters are asking us, who is the pro-gun champion in my community? And it's an important question to ask because in a primary, especially in a place like Georgia, everyone says they're pro-gun, everyone. And we have over 100 Republicans in the House right now here in Georgia, yet only a handful who will sponsor or co-sponsor pro-gun bills. We have scores and scores and scores of Republicans who campaign on gun rights every 2 years, who tell us they're pro-gun every 2 years, and won't do a damn thing to defend our gun rights once they're safely in office. So in this case, we're talking about District 134. It's over here in kind of west central Georgia. It's Upson County, Crawford County, and portions of Lamar and Peach County. And it features a longtime incumbent, Robert Dickey, versus challenger, Josh Lewis. So what we've done here at Georgia Gun Owners is we've compiled all we know about these candidates to give you guys this breakdown. We've compiled their voting histories for the incumbent, as is the case of Mr. Dickey, their campaign statements on the Second Amendment, and the results of our candidate survey program to give you guys this analysis. And we're going to begin with Josh Lewis. He is the challenger in this race. We gave Mr. Lewis our candidate survey, and Josh Lewis filled out the GGO candidate survey 100% pro-gun. And what that means is that Josh Lewis has pledged in writing, and you can see it for yourself on our website right now at georgiagunowners.org. He's pledged in writing to not just vote pro-gun, but to lead in the fight for gun rights by sponsoring pro-gun bills. Again, that is what we lack right now here in Georgia. Everyone says they're pro-gun, and very few people will sponsor or co-sponsor pro-gun bills. So Josh Lewis, 100% pro-gun, said he would sponsor the Second Amendment Preservation Act. For those who don't know, SAPA is a top priority right now here in Georgia because we have a tyrant in the White House, and he wants to use executive orders to mandate gun control, bypass the Congress, and he wants to force Georgia cops to enforce that tyranny here. SAPA law requires Georgia cops to only enforce Georgia law when it comes to firearms and ammunition. It's a #1 top tier item right now in red states. Other states already have SAPA. We don't here in Georgia. Josh Lewis supports it, and he would sponsor that bill. He's also agreed to sponsor our bill to ban red flag gun seizures. You know what a red flag is, more than likely. Someone calls you in, says you could be dangerous. There's no arrest, there's no charges, there's no indictment, there's no conviction, but a liberal judge, and that's pretty much what they all are these days, can order the seizure of your firearms just because that person made up that claim. You never even know about it until you're home from work, and it's all said and done. They're terrible. They shred your due process rights. We want to ban them, and Josh Lewis supports that agenda. He also is very clear on his goal to defend stand your ground law. We had bills filed this session to repeal Georgia's longtime stand your ground law. And if that happens and you draw your firearm in a self-defense situation, let alone actually use your firearm, you could and you will in most counties be prosecuted for not retreating a certain number of steps first. You say to yourself, wow, I'm in a rural county, I'm in a red county, it never happened here. That's not the case. The law they're pushing right now, the legislation rather, last session here in Atlanta, would not only have you hemmed up by a local prosecutor, but if your rural prosecutor said you abided by the law, it would then go up to GBI for a further investigation in Atlanta. It's bad stuff. It's a terrible bill. Josh Lewis, 100% opposed to that. Rocking and rolling, defending stand your ground law. And finally, Josh Lewis is opposed to these deadly safe storage laws that everyone is talking about right now here in Atlanta. These storage laws require your gun to be locked up virtually 24 hours a day. You could not, for example, have a handgun next to your bedside stand at night. You could not have a shotgun or a rifle next to your bed at night with these deadly safe storage laws. It gives the upper hand to violent home invasion teams that go around robbing and killing Georgians because they don't have to abide by that, and we do. Josh Lewis, again, 100% opposed to that, up and down the line, 100% pro-gun, truly wants to fight to defend our gun rights here in Atlanta. And then we have Mr. Dickey. I don't know how well you can see his face, but I gotta tell you, I've seen a lot of faces in my life. That's one of the swarmiest faces that I've ever seen. I'm just saying. Robert Dickey was first elected in 2011. And I have to tell you, with only one exception that we are aware of, Robert Dickey has done nothing to fight for gun owners in the entire time he has been in office. The only exception that we know of was constitutional carry 2 years ago, and that's only because the leadership team said, okay, now you can vote for constitutional carry. Otherwise, Robert Dickey was content to tell everybody how pro-gun he is and do nothing to help us advance that. Let me give you some examples. So first of all, Robert Dickey has refused to fill out his GGO candidate survey. We've emailed it to him, texted it to him, mailed it to him. He won't answer. But we know a thing or two about Mr. Dickey. I mentioned the only good vote he had, constitutional carry, but that was an easy one. And frankly, it was 10 years too late. It took 10 years too long here in Georgia. Over the last 2 years, we have asked Robert Dickey to co-sponsor the Second Amendment Preservation Act. The bill numbers were HB-293, and this year it was HB-1009. You can look it up for yourself. Robert Dickey refused to co-sponsor the most important, the most consequential gun bill that we had for the last 2 years in Atlanta. So when we need him to fight for gun rights, he's a no-show all the time. But if you go to his website right now, and we did, you find this delightful quote. He says, "I will stand strong for our right to keep and bear arms, and I will oppose any effort that infringes on our Second Amendment rights." You see, it's a standard one-line BS. He says he's going to help us fight to defend our gun rights. We have a resident in the White House who's attacking our gun rights right now. SEPA is the ready-made solution to fix that problem. He will not touch it. In fact, to our knowledge, here at Georgia Gun Owners, we do not know that Robert Dickey has sponsored or co-sponsored any pro-gun bills since he was first elected in 2011. We could be wrong. It's been a very long time, roughly 15 years, but the guy has done butt kiss for gun owners for a very long time. So if you see Robert Dickey on the campaign trail, I would ask him, why won't you fill out the Georgia Gun Owners candidate questionnaire? Your challenger, Josh Lewis, did. Why won't you fill it out? Why wouldn't you co-sponsor the Second Amendment Preservation Act for the last 2 years? Why haven't you sponsored pro-gun bills on your own? What have you ever actually done to fight for gun owners here in Georgia in the legislature? Ask him those questions. And if you see Josh Lewis, thank this guy for having the guts to stand up and put his views in writing and to promise to fight to expand our gun rights here in Georgia. Guys, to see his survey and other surveys, go to our website, georgiagunowners.org. You can see all kinds of race breakdowns there, or more videos like this on our YouTube channel and Facebook feed. Guys, share this video far and wide and get more involved today at georgiagunowners.org.